Welcome to Lean Channel Management's Pro Tips for Vendors. I'm Dave McLean.
And I'm Scott Pano. Together we have over 20 years of experience working at Amazon and with brands on the platform.
We take a very Amazon-centric approach to building your brand on Amazon.com.
And we consider ourselves navigators of that retail platform. Today we're going to be talking with you about how successful you are on Amazon.
So this is for vendors on Amazon. This isn't for people that are deciding to become vendors on Amazon. You're already on Amazon right now and you're selling to Amazon.
And you're not a seller. You're not using the Seller Central platform. You're using Vendor Central.
That's right. So with that qualification, let's talk about some of the basics about how to quickly evaluate how well you're doing on Amazon.com.
So the first thing that I would think of would be sales growth, right, David?
Sales growth is really important, and it's important to go and look at it through Amazon Retail Analytics Basics, Scott. You can actually get a monthly sales report, but it's funny, everybody looks at receipts from Amazon. They want to know when the POs are going to come.
Right. That's what I would want to do if I were a vendor, right?
Well, of course, except Amazon's driving down their what they stock and increasing turns to become more efficient. So what really is a measure of true growth is what Amazon is selling to customers out there.
So your cost of goods sold.
That's right. So you're going to see a cost of goods sold report. You can get reports on a monthly basis. You can get reports on a weekly basis if you want to go and pull those reports.
What happens to those reports, though?
Well, those reports are just lost if you don't save them. So you need to have a way to pull those reports consistently. It takes a little bit of time to go and do that. Now, the thing that happens is you may have a seasonal product out there that has a slow season. Perhaps the fall is slow for you. So when you take a cost of goods sold report, what you want to do is you want to take and add it up for the prior 12 months, and that removes all the seasonality. And so each month you're taking the prior 12 months. It's called a trailing 12 months report. That gives you a true measure of growth.
Right. And how does that compare to, let's say, the whole category growth?
Well, that's really important, Scott, because Amazon has a measured growth that they state in their filings with the SEC. And they're growing a lot faster in hard goods categories than they state for their overall company growth.
Right.
And so it's very interesting because you at least want to be growing as fast as the category is growing out there. And really, if you're doing well, you're exceeding category growth. Sometimes 2 times to 3 times category growth is very possible if you're doing everything right.
Can I just ask my vendor manager what that growth rate is?
Well, they may tell you if you have a line into a vendor manager. Yeah, and otherwise it's kind of hard to go and estimate that. Now, other ways that you can go and measure growth, like from your website, don't apply to Amazon. Things like, what's the traffic on my pages? What's the conversion rate on my website pages? On my own marketplace, it just doesn't apply. I can't get that data from Amazon.
Are there other ways of looking at Amazon and determining what my growth is?
Well, there's some ways that you can interpret growth, and there are 2 really important ways. One way is simply looking at your rank within a category and seeing if your rank is growing or if your rank is falling.
And I can see that on the detail page, right?
I can, absolutely. And there are even some tools that will go and track that and measure it and look at rank by item. This is not for your brand rank. This is rank by individual items.
And that's not in Vendor Central.
No, that's absolutely not in Vendor Central at all for tracking. And the next thing that you can go and do is you can look at the acquisition of reviews, the rate that you acquire reviews, which is a great measure of sales as well on Amazon. And you can look at your competitors' acquisition of reviews. So if you have a key competitor out there in a category, you look at the ratio of your reviews to their reviews. And you can ask yourself, am I catching up to the reviews? Am I getting ahead, or are they pulling ahead of me?
Now, are there third-party services that can track that?
There are actually third-party services that will go and track review count, track it over time. You can't get that out of Vendor Central. It's a little bit complex to track, but it's really worthwhile kind of getting a feel for how well you're doing on it.
What about generating product reviews? Are there ways to do that?
That's a whole great big story right there in and of itself that we should probably save for another video. But there's one thing I think I want to tell you is it's all changed. It's completely changed.
In the past 6 months, it has been completely overhauled.
If you think you know how to get product reviews on Amazon because you got product reviews 6 months ago, you don't know how to get product reviews today. We'll talk about that in our next video.
That's right.
So this is Dave McLean for Lean Channel Management.
And Scott Pano.
We'll talk to you soon.